2020 will go down as one of the worst years in human history. Australia saw devastating wildfires spread across the country early on, a global pandemic changed the way we live life, and political tensions are at an all-time high. But for gamers, this year was like a wet dream, baby. I played a lot of video games this year, way more than I usually would have due to the pandemic. Doom Eternal, Ghost of Sushi, Animal Crossing New Leaf, Half-Life Alyx, but I want to talk about the games that I actually played this year. I really have to hand it to Call of Duty Warzone for getting me through the first 2 months of the pandemic. Even though I'm pretty much tired of battle royales at this point, I can still recognize quality when I see it. I'm still championing Spellbreak even though the community is pretty much microscopic at this point. I understand if it's not for you, but I think everyone should at least try it once. I got back into Rocket League this year after a 3-year hiatus, and holy crap am I glad to be back. The game has one of the most simple premises and is super accessible but hard to master. There is no better feeling in video games than pulling off your first aerial. I had a lot of fun playing Erica with you guys on stream, twitch.tv/slaggingcactus. I finally got around to playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. My neighbor lended me the disc. He's really a nice guy. I'm so glad to be getting to know him after almost 2 years of living at my new place. Really awesome to have nice neighbors in these tough times to help you out, you know? Yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Star Wars. The game kind of f***ing sucks. I get what they were going for with these 3D Metroidvania Soulsborne inspired levels, but it just really didn't work for me. The feeling that I got the most while playing it was boring. And speaking of boring video games, Need for Speed. Holy shit, is this one dead franchise. I got the latest Need for Speed while it was free on PS Plus just to see what it was all about, and oh my god, how the mighty have fallen. The handling on the cars is oversensitive. The map is a barren wasteland of textures that don't load in for 5 seconds, and loot boxes. Goddamn loot boxes. Need for Speed has not been good since Rivals, and that is a fact. Goat Simulator was fun for a few hours, and then I never touched it again. Titanfall 2 had a cool campaign. Fall Guys took the world by storm and then was forgotten 3 weeks later. Doom 64 reminded me why I'm so glad to have been born in the 2000s. GTA Online proved why capitalism still exists. And Among Us reminded me of why modern day democracy is dead. Alright, real stuff now, let's go. If there's one thing I have never liked in all my years of being a gamer, it's MMOs. For real, I actually despise them. They never tell you what to do or how to do it, they just chuck you into a server with 1,000 sweaty dudes with no explanation as to what the hell's going on, with the chat going absolutely off the rails. With Warframe, however, that problem is solved by giving you an actual tutorial on how to play. Warframe was a game that would always be lurking in the depths of the free-to-play genre. I never got around to seeing what it was until this year, but damn, am I glad to have finally tried it. It might be an MMO, but it screams sci-fi Max Payne, with endless amounts of weapons and abilities to loot and collect at your disposal. You also get to shoot aliens while riding a hoverboard. So, yeah, there's that. At the end of the day, Warframe is what Destiny has been trying to be all these years. While I primarily use Dreams as a meme generator, the game is actually more of a laboratory for creativity. Playing Dreams is like going dumpster diving behind Arby's. You don't know what kind of crap you're gonna find, but whatever it is, it's gonna be fun. Like a modern day War Thunder that this person made, or a top-down Dark Souls, or a Tony Hawk Pro Skater level, or this Mario Odyssey Mandalorian crossover that I really want to see get made, or this beautiful, incredible one-to-one recreation of Fallout 4. Like, god damn, how much time do you got on your hands? Spiderman Miles Morales, baby! Game of the Year 2020! Wait a minute. While I've seen some people knocking against this game for being pretty much just a glorified DLC, yes, that's pretty much what this game is. While I was a bit disappointed at the length of the story, that feeling of having the exaggerated swagger of a black teen has never been stronger. The swinging is polished to perfection, and simply traversing the streets of New York is a feature so good, I just couldn't not put it in my top 10. Worms Rumble is a Smash Bros. Fortnite fusion game where you get to play as a worm with jetpacks and rocket launchers. Do I really need to explain the appeal of this game? If you do, get out of here. I love Star Wars. I love Marvel. I like some Harry Potter now and then. I have never liked Lord of the Rings. Maybe it was the size of the books, maybe it was the runtime. But either way, I have never and will never get into Lord of the Rings.
Run to your master and give him this message. I come for him.
Lord of the Rings has always been my favorite franchise. The first hour of Hollow Knight is a boring, muted clutter of drab tones and uninspired game design. However, after the initial first hour, it's like the rest of the game had an entirely new development team. The game comes to life in this beautiful symphony of platforming, music, and magnificent art design. The game knows exactly when to wow you with bright colors and cute characters, and when to put your platforming skills to the test. The game can be hard as hell sometimes, and you will get your ass handed to you in boss battles every single time. But when you finally beat that boss, man, you feel like you have the power to trek on and conquer the entire rest of the game. Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception is a deceptive game in that everyone tells you that it's bad. This game is non-stop action with breathtaking set pieces and the most narratively ambitious storyline in the Uncharted series so far. For real, like I covered in my review, the best way to go into this game is with zero expectations, because when you do that, you will be rewarded with one of the best third-person adventure games you can ever have on the PS4. In the world of gaming, there has always been the recurring debate of whether or not video games are art. In the case of the game Journey, the answer is most definitely yes. This game has some of the best art design and visual storytelling I have ever seen. There's no dialogue, just the magnificent visuals and elegant score which propel you to keep playing and make for an emotional story that you will be clapping for once the credits roll. This game is the pinnacle of short and sweet, as I beat the whole thing in under 2 hours. If you ever get the chance to play this timeless classic, you will be rewarded with a fantastic gaming experience that you can't find anywhere else. Dead Cells is one of the best 2D platformers I've ever played. The game takes inspirations from other great 2D action games like Shovel Knight and Enter the Gungeon, as when you die, you go all the way back to the beginning. This may sound like a terrible game design choice, but the more you die, the better you get. You can feel yourself getting stronger as you unlock different weapons and abilities, allowing you to create builds to fit your playing style. The combat is fine-tuned to perfection, as each weapon serves a different situation and a different purpose. Every time you respawn, the game gives you different weapons to start out with. It encourages exploring and trying new things, as each boss battle and enemy encounter can be handled in a different way every time. Whenever I had a long week and needed some de-stressing, I turned this bad boy on and went to town. It can be hard, but in the end, Dead Cells will be worth it. I promise. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is one of the greatest video games ever made, and I don't think anyone will fight me on that. The amount of attention to detail in every little nook and crevice of its open world is absolutely astounding, as it is one of the most polished and expansive open worlds I have ever seen. The real meat and potatoes comes in the story, where dialogue options are a core part of the game and have lasting effects on not only the story, but how other NPCs view your character. This is a game that has entire side quests that are longer and better than most AAA games releasing nowadays. It is a game that cannot be played casually. It must be played with your complete attention, because when you do that, you get the most out of this incredible package. This is a game so immense in its scope and open world that with over 30 hours already into the game, I still feel like I've only dipped my toes into what this game has to offer. CD Projekt Red needs to be commended for creating such a beautiful game, and I cannot wait to see what they do with their newest title, Cyberpunk 2077. God damn it.